Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Franklin County Chamber of Commerce interviews during this COVID-19 period. Normally, we are used to seeing everybody in person at breakfasts, at after fives, business after hours, and at everyone's events. And we are all pretty much stuck at home. But we still think it's important to see what still is happening, who's doing what, how people are adapting to this really trying time, and how they're being creative and finding ways to keep moving forward. And we are so happy to have Lucy Fagella here with the Asparagus Valley Pottery Trail, which, welcome, Lucy.
Hi,
Hi.
good to be here.
Yes, it's very nice to have you and nice to see your face.
I know, nice to see a person.
The trail was supposed to happen April 25th and 26th, and it happens in artist studio, Potter's studios in Franklin and Hampshire counties. But this year it is going to be a little different. That's no surprise. And it is moving to online, and it's going to happen May 30th and 31st.
Yeah,
Um, it's the 16th year of this really great event. Even though it's going to be a little different, we're looking forward to it. And I'd like for people who haven't been to the event, maybe you can give us a little history of how the event came to be and how it normally works. And then we
yeah.
can hear about its impact in Franklin County and what's really special about it, and
hmm
then what it's going to be like this year. So tell us a little more.
Okay, so the Asparagus Valley Pottery Trail it's been around for 16 years. This is our 16th year. It started with a group of 5 potters, and we opened up our studios, and people go on a self-guided driving tour around the valley. And each year it kind of built up a little bit more. So we're up to 9 potters, and we invite guest potters from different parts of the country. So this year my potter is Julie Crosby, and she's from upstate New York. And so it ends up that there's 22 potters, and people in Franklin and Hampshire County definitely look forward to this every year. They were really disappointed when I announced on Facebook and Instagram that it was postponed, because at first we thought maybe we'd be able to do it in June. And then we thought maybe we could do it in August. And you know the story.
Yeah.
um, so it's a really big event. I'd say this is my studio here, and you know, in 2 days' time, I usually get about 500 people coming through.
Wow.
And that's just my studio. So the other potters, the other 9 potters and their guests might have the same amount, might have a little bit less, but it is a big event. And people not only come from Franklin and Hampshire County, they're coming from Long Island and New Jersey and Vermont and New Hampshire and Maine and New Mexico. They're coming from everywhere. And
Wow. How
yeah,
do
it's a
you get the
really
word out
large event.
about this?
What?
How do you get the word out to have such
We're mainly online, because most of the potters are pretty well known throughout the country. And we have our followers, and we put it on Instagram, Facebook. We have a mailing list of over 10,000 people. So
a
a lot of people come from different areas, which is very nice because it brings people to our little towns, and they go to our restaurants, and they go to our bed and breakfast, and they just stay for the weekend. And
Yeah. About how many people do you think come total? And do you think does everyone hit every stop, or do they have their favorites?
uh, people definitely have their favorites. Also, people, it's a lot to do 9 stops with. It's about 22 potters in all with the guests.
Mhm.
So some people only choose to do it one day, and like one year they'll do the north, so they'll do Franklin County. The next year they'll do the south and Hampshire County. So it's hard to say how many come through. I mean, it's definitely, you know, in the thousands for sure.
Yeah.
I know, like when we do a head count at my studio, and I usually get somewhere around 500 people. And that's in 2 days. So, and they don't all come. Like, Jamie Gugina down in Florence or Tiffany Hilton will say, "Oh yeah, I had so and so this year," and I'm like, "Oh yeah,
Yeah.
didn't recognize that name," you know. So yeah.
And why do people keep coming back? What are some of the favorite things they talk about this
Oh,
event?
people just love seeing your studios.
Mhm.
So it just, they might see our work online all year, or they might see it at a local shop that we have it in, but they want to meet the potter, and they just want to talk to you and meet you and hold your work, not have it online. But this year, obviously, can't hold our work. But
Yeah.
mainly it's meeting the potter and holding the work and seeing how it feels in your hands. There's also a lot of events that go on around it. So like in my studio, I set up a tent outside, and my advanced pottery students give demos, and people can come on the wheel and just try the wheel for a couple of like an hour or whatever. Just have some
Wow.
fun in the wheel. Somebody else like Tom White up in Northfield has a fiddler. He has a whole band. He has a cookout with hot dogs. He has Adam's Donuts every morning of the trail, or the 2 mornings of the trail. So it's everyone makes it an event,
Yeah.
and people look forward to that. Yeah.
There must be quite an economic impact in the community because of the event. Have you
Oh,
tracked that at all?
we do. We track that. So each year it goes up, and last year we brought in $85,000 just in our sales into the community.
Wow.
So that's between uh, the 22 potters. Uh, and we have no idea what it brings to the community in terms of what money it's bringing to our restaurants, because if that
Yeah.
many people are coming in, so it does bring a lot into the community. Yeah.
Yeah. And how is this event organized? Is it a big committee or?
Yeah, so the 9 post potters, we all have our jobs. And this past year, the past 2 years, we actually hired someone to do some press release work and getting it out to magazines and whatever. Um, I'm pretty much in charge of Facebook. Uh, Tiffany Hilton is in charge of coordinating a lot of it. We each have our jobs, putting up signs,
Yeah.
whatever, you know.
And I really like the cross-county collaboration of
Yeah,
it. It's because, when
yeah.
visitors come, they don't think in terms of county lines.
No,
So
no.
it's really nice. What's a 20-minute drive to someone who came from,
Yeah,
500 miles away?
yeah,
So
right. And
that's,
they just want to see, the valley, and
yeah,
it's just like it's a day out, people come on motorcycles, people
yeah,
come on bikes, and people will do a tour from Greenfield to Shelburne, and on their bike and do the
yeah.
Mohawk Trail.
Well,
Yeah,
given that the pottery is such a focus, but also that the experience is such a big part of this event.
yeah,
The experiencing Franklin County, taking the
yeah.
drive, seeing the landscape, touching the pottery.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah,
and now that the event is moving to online,
yeah.
how are you going to do that?
I know.
How,
Um, yeah, so it's definitely going to be different. We're talking about it now, how we're going to make it more of an experience. So if we had it on uh, the regular date of April 25th, we at this point just don't have time to try to figure out how to make it an experience. So
yeah.
so we're working on that. We are still going to we have a mug giveaway every year. So we have a pottery passport. And if people visit 7 of the 9 studios, they get their passport stamped. And they qualify for a drawing for a free mug. And the way we're going to do it this year is that, we're going to have our individual shops open. So it'll be a link from our website to our individual shops.
Mhm.
And out of all the purchases, automatically for that one potter. So for me, if I have whatever, 10 sales, 20 sales, 100 sales, whatever,
Mhm.
there'll be a name put in the hat of those people who purchase from me, and they will receive a mug from me, so a free mug. So we're keeping that part of it going. We're also thinking about maybe doing some curbside pickup.
Mhm.
We could, for anybody who wants to maybe, we might do like a little virtual tour. We're
Yeah.
not sure about that. We're working on that. So like you can uh, do a Facebook Live or a FaceTime, and I could take the phone and bring it around the studio, and you could be a local and you could pick out something, and then I could just
Oh, nice.
put it out on the front step and you could pick it up. So
Mhm.
some of the things we're working on. We're also thinking about maybe giving some demos online. So you might be able to watch one or two of the potters giving a demo. Uh,
Yeah. And I
we'll
guess
see.
a lot of the potters are they probably do wholesale, so they're used to shipping and all that stuff.
Yes, every potter pretty much has to ship, because even if they're doing wholesale for a shop in Minnesota or whatever, they're used to packing and shipping. Somebody like myself, I do a lot of online work, a lot of online sales. So I
Yeah,
pack pots, every single week. Uh, so your
yeah.
pottery is definitely going to get to you safely, you know. Yeah.
When you announced this to your list,
Yeah.
what were they react? Were there any reactions? How did people respond?
Oh, people were so happy. Because when we first announced it that we're going to postpone it, people were like, oh, this is the first year I was going to go on the trail. And I was so looking forward to it. And I'm so disappointed. And, you got a lot of sad emojis on Facebook.
Yeah,
Uh, but then we announced that we're going to do it online, and people were just so excited. And people that live in Colorado are saying, yay, I could finally go on the tour.
yeah,
And so, yeah.
great. And
So,
they'll miss you extra for next year.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
So,
So I guess this will be a learning experience for next year. Maybe you'll learn about a lot of great things that worked with this new method, and you can have a hybrid next year. I
I
don't,
know.
out of these
Yeah.
disasters always seems to be some kind of interesting learning experience that we could move forward with and
Yeah.
incorporate.
Yeah. Yeah. We could maybe do like a preview tour before the sale next year or something
Yeah,
online. We never know where it will go. Yeah.
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 And it's
But
so great that we have this online resource in this
thank
time.
God,
I
because
know.
this is a really big part of everyone's income. So
Yeah,
the potters and the artists all around and, in this valley really need support. We depend on this income in
mhm,
April, and we prepare for this show for a good 2 months, so maybe 3 months. So it's like our income for about 3 months. So,
yeah, yeah.
so we were all very disappointed that we were not going to have that income, and so hopefully this will help us out a little bit. Yeah.
How can Potters for next year, how can Potters participate in this event?
So the event is not just for any potter. It's like, you're part of this group, and we've decided a long time ago that we can't keep expanding it, because if we keep expanding it, it would water it down. So
Yeah,
we limit it to 9 stops, because that's about as much as people could do
yeah,
during a weekend.
yeah,
And then we just, add some guests. So if potters wanted to be involved, we would, jury them in and see
yeah,
if we wanted them as one of our guests. So,
right.
yeah.
And so the website is asparagus.valleypotterytrail.com.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
And so like, okay, say it's May 30th
Hmm.
and people want to come to the event online. What do they
Yeah.
just go to the website?
Yes, they just go to apotterytrail.com or asparagusvalleypotterytrail.com. We have both. And they just go to the website and go to the links page, and it'll bring you to all of our shops. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. So,
Great. Well, I'm really happy that you figured something out for this year, and I'm
go away.
forward to see
Yeah.
how it goes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, thank you so much for interviewing me.
Yeah, I'm
Getting the word out.
so happy
Yeah,
to hear, and everyone else is really happy to hear how people are being creative with moving
yeah,
forward instead of just stopping, because we're all tempted to just stop,
yeah,
but you know,
yeah.
this is great.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. It was
Okay,
really
thank
a
you,
pleasure
Lisa.
to talk to you and to see you.
Same here. Yeah,
And thank you, everyone. And stay tuned for our next interviews. Thanks a lot. Thank you,
okay.
Lucy.
Okay, bye.
Bye.